Everyone. Hope everyone's had a blessed Sunday night, blessed Sunday day, blessed Sunday afternoon. Just got home from work a little while ago. I can tell you, I love taking care of people, but can it ever be taxing on the mind and the body at times? One of my brothers also does the same line of work as I do. He's probably on his live stream now talking about he's he's very entertaining for sure, but we do things a little differently. He's more hardcore with his interactions with people. I see that, and I'm sure you know why I said I'm stubborn. So, you know, he he crashes out sometimes about different subjects. He goes rated R. I keep it PG. I've said from the beginning, and it will always be this way. I will be a channel where the the kids, how they come across things on the internet, and the parents sneak up from behind and say, "What you looking at?" Well, I'm always going to be safe for kids to watch. Always. It's important to know that kids can go, "Hello." Kids can see something and it's safe for them to see because there's so much. Hello. Well, welcome you all. And, as a parent, you want your kids to be able to see things if they go on the internet and watch videos that's like, "Oh, this is safe for my kids to watch." That's an important thing. I used to monitor my son when he was younger at what he would look at. Yeah, that's awesome. Um, and you you have to make sure your kids are always safe and what they see and what they watch because especially at a younger age they're impressionable. You don't want them seeing the wrong things. You don't want them repeating things that they see. They're bad, but they may not know that they are bad. So this channel will always be safe for kids to end up watching accidentally or they meant to. It's very important for me to maintain that course because I can entertain. Oh, that's awesome! I appreciate party sending you to check this out. Uh, if you're new, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell notifications. For every time I post a video, you will know. And, please share with me if you want me to do a video on something, one of your sports teams, or a movie review, or what I thought of a show, because I want to entertain people. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this. I'm good at making people happy. I've been in my line of work for 27 years, and all I do is take care of people every single day. Put smiles on people's faces. That's free. Being nice is free. Last time I checked. It's a beautiful thing to be nice. We live in a world where being nice, you know, it seems to be hard for some. But for me, I'm always going to be nice. That's just me. You know, we all are who we are, and some of us got more growing to do than others. We all got to grow because we all have room to grow. And that's good. I'm glad you love people. That's beautiful. Some people, you love them and they don't love you back. There's nothing you can do. I mean, you can pray. You know, uh, I'm a big believer in power of prayer. You know, and I also give thanks to my Lord and Savior Jesus, because without Him, nothing I do would be possible. And I will tell you all this. Amen. Absolutely. I will be sharing a story, very personal story, a little bit down the road. I have one giant son. He's 25. Great kid. And the story that I'm going to share down a little bit down the road. Yeah, that absolutely. I can pray for you. Absolutely. You know, it's just a beautiful gesture to do for people. Praying. 100%. So, when that time comes, and I gotta go with my heart when I feel like it's right to share with everyone, because there are some people on here that have supported me in my efforts to grow this channel and to do something special with this channel. The thing is, not everyone knows the story that I'm going to share. A little bit down the road, I'm thinking probably like early April. Um, and like I said, it's going to be a very personal story. You're very welcome. Um, it's going to pull on the heartstrings. It really is. But it's something I feel that I need to share. I want to share, and it, it's to share to help others that are going through what I currently and have been going through. And it's going to be a real deep testimony about my journey with something. And, some people are very, very shy about sharing personal things, you know, because sadly, there are people that would like to exploit something you're going through, you know, and it's sad. It's like if someone tells me something deep, something that troubles them, why the heck would I not want to help them? Hello, you know, eh, I don't see where the trouble is there. You know, I got raised a certain way. Like we all got raised differently, but if someone's in need, if you can help them, help them. Whether it's you just listen to what they're going through. Maybe they just need someone to listen to. You know, maybe they need to vent because we all go through stuff. We all have our issues in life. You know, this is what we deal with is not easy. And this is another reason like why I am doing this because I want to try it to the best of my ability to bring some joy and entertain to people. Because not everyone would want to do this. Not everyone would be comfortable sitting here like I'm sitting here with you all right now. With a microphone and a bright light in my face and talking. Some people are very shy. I feel like this is for people that have like got that personality that that I feel alive and I gotta talk to you. That type of energy. Not everyone has that, and there's nothing wrong with it. We're all different. So talk about some things. I tend to sometimes I can get deep into thought and emotion, and sometimes can get sidetracked. I admit that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, depending on the situation. But I know a lot of Raven fans, and some are like very excited about Max Crosby. Some are not. My one buddy at work, he said, "It's not that I'm mad that Max Crosby is here. It's the culture of the organization." Yeah, I want him to explain that to me. Say if you don't have the right type of winning culture and you think that losing is just so acceptable, that's not the culture you want to be competing for Super Bowls. And that's valid. I mean, look at the Ravens like the last, you know, 5, 6 years. Lamar's been around a little bit longer than that. But he just, you know, has gotten better and better. I mean, he's a two-time MVP. But how great has the defense truly been? How elite has the defense been since Ray Lewis retired, Ed Reed retired, Terrell Suggs retired. It it just hasn't been your typical Ravens defense. You know, them and like the Steelers both used to have some of the best defenses in the game. You know, not that terribly long ago. So where has it gone? You know, I mean, look at the Ravens. You know, John Harbaugh's gone. Look at Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin's gone. You know, that's if someone betted with Vegas and said that was going to happen, that both those coaches would be gone after this past season, whoever made that bet would have been rich. No one could have called that. Both of them being gone. Yeah, maybe one of them, but both of them? I mean, Tomlin got to leave under his own accord, like, so it didn't look so bad. It wasn't like breaking news, Mike Tomlin got fired. you know, for John Harbaugh it was, but not for Mike Tomlin. Yeah, they did a little more discreetly. A mutual parting of the ways, as you will. So yeah, and I think Mike Tomlin's probably going to take a year off. He deserves it. He wants to take a break. He wants to go play some golf, just relax, not be mentally stressed. Because being a head football coach in the NFL is stressful. Like, yeah, the players have their season and they go home. Coaches don't have much time off because they're trying to prep for the next season. Yeah, they take a little time off, sure, but they're not off that much. That's yeah, cooking chicken in a crock pot's fire. Absolutely fire. I love rotisserie chicken. It's one of my favorite types of chicken. So yeah, if Mike Tomlin wants to kick back and relax for a bit, he's earned that right. You know, because he's been the head coach of the Steelers for almost 20 years. And they bring in Mike McCarthy. That's going to be interesting. He's not a spring chicken. He's in his early 60s. If you look at the Steelers head coaching tree, he's like number 5. That's crazy. The fifth coach in their team's history. So yeah, and then the whole thing with the Bills, and I'm not alone on this thought process. I think Sean McDermott uh, got screwed. There's no other way to say it. I've seen head coaches get fired for way less. Yeah, they didn't get to the Super Bowl in his 8 years as a head coach. Yeah, I get that. But he was very successful as a head coach. He did everything but get to the Super Bowl. You know, 8 playoff victories, 2 AFC championship appearances, And both the losses so close. One thing happens differently either of those two seasons. They're in the Super Bowl. So yeah, I just think it was nonsense. And then Bean gets promoted when the head coach gets fired. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So Joe Brady getting promoted to head coach. I like Joe Brady. I just hope they don't do him dirty. But of course, if they're able to win the Super Bowl, he will have nothing to worry about. Because I'll tell you this, whatever whoever the coach is that leads Buffalo Bills to their first Super Bowl victory, they're getting a statue, and whoever the quarterback is getting a statue. And being a diehard Josh Allen fan, I hope it's Josh Allen. But honestly, there's several teams I would like to see win the Super Bowl. The Bills, the Lions, for sure the Lions. I think Dan Campbell's a phenomenal coach. A really phenomenal coach. People make fun of him for the comments at his press conference when he became the head coach, biting ankles. He don't look foolish for saying that now, does he? You know, multiple playoff appearances. Overall, pretty good record as a head coach. I look for them to retool and get back and make a run at it. You know, hopefully he has the right coaches under him to help him because that's a big deal. Coaching staff's got to be good. Another team I wouldn't mind seeing winning would be the Vikings. Another team that hasn't won. You know, so I'd be happy to see certain teams win that haven't. So that would be great for me to see that. So uh, teams I do not want to see win the Super Bowl again: the Eagles, the Dallas Cowboys, New England Patriots. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my short list at the moment. Good change, but as of right now, those are the three main teams I do not want to see win a Super Bowl anytime soon. So sorry if you're a fan of those teams. Sorry, not sorry. So, you know, people getting pumped up for baseball. I'm not. Not at least not yet. Like my team's not good. Of course, I love to see them get better, but Nationals are this a hot mess right now. So unless some miracle happens in their farm system? Are they draft really well? Or maybe sign some free agent help? I don't see them doing much, unfortunately. I'd like to see a change because I remember when they were good. Boy, those teams were amazing. Strasburg when he was healthy, Max Scherzer, Jason Worth, Ryan Zimmerman, Bryce Harper. You know, this great teams, very talented teams, had a lot of talent. But those days have come and gone. So we'll have to look for the next batch of bright young stars to show up and do something. And talk about like a player that's outstanding. Shohei Ohtani. What's he? Geez, 50 home runs, 330, 120 RBIs, 40, 50 stolen bases every year. He's almost too good at it's boring. You know, which, how can you say someone that does that is boring? But when you're just so used to them doing it, like they don't struggle, you know, I guess it can be boring. At least I feel. Everyone's different with that. In basketball, I feel it's Celtics are the Pistons' opportunity to go to the finals. One of them. I feel definitely one of them. Jason Tatum coming back is huge. I thought his whole season was lost with that torn Achilles, but him having that Wolverine factor, you know, he's just amazing. Truly is how quick he healed. Because with Achilles tears, you're out usually a minimum a year, and he, you know, went out like in May. So good for him that he healed that quick, and he's back. And the West is more interesting because you have OKC, and they're playing great. Then you have Denver, which they're very good, and you gotta give respect to Denver. Minnesota, they're they're playing really good. Ant Man is dangerous. Ant Man's that dude, Baby Jordan. Playoffs, he goes for a jugular. He absolutely goes for a jugular. He's phenomenal. So, uh, in the playoffs, I love watching Ant Man, without a doubt. And the Spurs are ahead of schedule. I'm thinking Spurs are a playoff team this year, but you told me they're gonna be in sniffing distance of the number one seed. I'd be like, yeah, right. You know, so I say good for them. Yeah, Wemby's phenomenal. They got a good cast around him. You know, young guys, and DeAndre Fox is a superstar. So that was a smart move getting him there because he's still young, you know, and Wemby's very young. Wemby's a baby by my standards, being 46, and he's like 19 or 20. He's younger than my son, so he's a baby to me, even though he's extremely much taller. He's got me by a foot and an inch. So yeah, the West is going to be really fun. And I mentioned Houston because they're good, but I don't think they're truly a legit threat to get to the finals. Until the Lakers learn how to play defense, you know this, Donnie. They're they're not doing anything. They play defense to go with what they can do offensively. They're as dangerous as anyone to win the championship. But it's a wait and see. We just don't know. And right now, me and the missus are watching Ozark. Holy moly! I don't know if anyone's seen Ozark. That show's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Jason Bateman's phenomenal. That guy can really act. I remember seeing his like probably his first movie, Team Wolf 2, 1987, 39 years ago. Yeah, I tell you, and that show they got so much going on. It's it's insane how much they got going on in that show. So yeah, you just don't know what's happening next. It's like a crazy roller coaster. Absolute crazy roller coaster. Yeah, if you want to see something unpredictable and absolutely wild, check out Ozark. Because, yeah, it's 4 seasons and we're we got like 2 episodes left in the third season. So we should finish it next week, I'd say. So, yeah, it's a crazy show. Really love it. I get recommended to see Breaking Bad. I've heard all types of things about that one. And then there there's another one that's I hear very good from so many people that I need to watch, and that's Sons of Anarchy. And it's just wild to think young Brooke Tier from Remember the Titans is in that show, and how he had a totally different look from that, like almost like you wouldn't even recognize him because he had short hair and he was a baby face. And Remember the Titans, and then the Sons of Anarchy, I hear he has long hair and a big beard. So that's a much different look, from what he did look like. And I'm very excited for the God of War TV show. I think that's gonna be epic. Really do. Think if they play that right, you know, so many people are gonna tune in to watch this show. I don't know how many seasons they want to go with. Probably shouldn't be more than 3 or 4. But you know, I I want a good story. I want the action to be awesome. Hey, there's my boy Jeff. What's going on, bro? John Doe in the house and Jeff Doe in the house. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, bro. If you looking forward to God of War TV show, talking a little bit about that. Oh, hey, Megan. Hey, Meredith. Appreciate y'all taking time to watch your buddy here late night. You know, all the support means a lot to me. I appreciate you. But yeah, like one thing I'm gonna look forward to doing in the future is doing some reviews on I have a feeling you're gonna ask me, hey man, you know I love Josh Allen, okay? Rep the hat. Josh Allen. Big Josh Allen fan, let's go. So, like I looking forward to doing like TV series reviews. But the thing is, you don't want to be too long winded with a review of that. So it's like, gosh, it'd be like a whole bunch of short videos, maybe, hmm, 3 or 4 episodes, maybe, depending on how much they how much there is to unpack about them. Because some episodes are like filler episodes. It's a build up to the next big episode, and then that's gonna have a lot to unpack because there's so much going on with that. So it just depends on how much information is there to relay in it, reviewing it. So, just have to see how that goes and what show I want to review, you know. And like anytime I go see a movie, I feel like I have to review that. Like I've already been asked a bunch of times on here, you got to see Scream 7. I'm a little hesitant because of all the mixed reviews I've heard, but I feel like I should do that for my supporters here on the channel. I need to go see that movie. My girl's not going to want to see that, but because she loves me, she'll go. So, you know, content, yeah. uh, one day when she actually really cares about this, I'd love her to be on here with me. But she was very specific. She says she would not care about her teddy bear's content until I get clips uh, playing on here. So I have to make peace with that. When I get technical like that, then she'll start watching because she's not into subscribing to anything on YouTube. She just likes to watch reels and stuff and gets her entertainment that way. She likes to send me goofy stuff like LeBron James rolling on the court like he got fouled but he didn't even get touched. Tar man. I love about you, Jeff. Sense of humor, bro. You got a great sense of humor. No, she a woman. I don't want her to man up nothing. I got, I got that. Oh, yeah, Jeff. What's going to go on with the Eagles? Cause they're talking about Sirianni uh, in the hot seat if they don't get the offense right. Oh, so glad you brought that up. Spider-Man trailer. It has not been released yet, from my understanding. So I definitely, when it comes out, I'm definitely going to talk about it. And I'm definitely going to talk about when I see like the full first official trailer of He-Man Masters of the Universe. I'll be talking about that in length and detail because I'm a huge He-Man fan. Excuse me. So yeah, but I really want the Spider-Man trailer to come out because I mean it comes out this summer, so we need something. All they've shown is pictures. So yeah, I will. I'll definitely talk about that, bro, when it comes out, when they show it. And then I saw a preview. There wasn't much hype for this movie, The Bride of. What was this called? The Bride. Um, of the Frankenstein monster. Oh, Daredevil. Yeah, that yeah. I'll tell you what. I am so excited for Daredevil season 2. Like the whole gang's getting back together. It looks like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist. Hope the Punisher's in there because I love the Punisher. He always seemed like when he gets in a fight, he's always like, it's always like ground, and I'm like, hey man, a dog coming out. Yeah, like yeah, just I don't know. Every time he's in an intense situation, he's always growling. It's crazy. But yeah, like I just want to see how this all plays out because Kingpin's mayor. No, I hear that, bro. Kingpin's the mayor, so like he's corrupt as anything. He's trying to make Daredevil's life, a hot mess. Yeah, I feel you should because I thought season 1 was really good. Yeah, and I hope Punisher's in it. Because I say he's an awesome character, and he fits into all that. I mean, I like to see Punisher and Kingpin fight because the guy who plays Kingpin's awesome. before he played that role, I never seen him be super serious. You know, but he's like really awesome. I mean, bro, you're not alone. You know how many Punisher fans there are? There are a lot of Punisher fans. And Punisher's story, is crazy. He goes through all that loss. Loses his kid, loses his wife very violently, man. And he's like, something snaps. And he's like, if I can stop this from happening to other people, I'm on it. Punisher's not playing games. And he plays, he wins. He's a bad dude. I don't mess with no Punisher. He don't need guns to take you out. He take you out with his hands. You know, he's uh he's like a walking weapon. Yeah, he's awesome. But I mean, Daredevil's really awesome too. Just imagine being blind and do what he does. You know, it's crazy. Like 100% crazy how he fights being blind and all the acrobats he does. I don't know what you think, Jeff, about Bullseye. Bullseye is yeah he's different. He's a bad dude, and Daredevil wants to end him so badly because he took out his best friend. You know, but I'll tell you. I don't know if you've seen the Batman with Matt Reeves was is the director in Robert Pattinson's Batman, but they got Bucky Barnes from the MCU and Black Widow, and they're both going to be in the Batman too. And I am so hyped for when we get a trailer for that. But that's going to be a minute though, because I think they're about to start filming for that in England. But I'm very excited for the Batman Part Two because Bucky Barnes, it, the actor that plays Bucky Barnes, is going to be Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent is a very fun character. His dad was an abusive alcoholic, so he put Harvey through trauma when Harvey was a kid. But Harvey was always smart, and Harvey became a lawyer. But he had some trauma in his mind going on. So he just would start to crack a little bit as time goes and start falling off his noble wagon, so to speak. And then he goes through the accident where someone from the mob throws some acid on his face. So, like, disfigures half his face, like, horribly. Like, like a horror movie. And then he ultimately becomes Two-Face. So half his face looks normal and half his face is disfigured. And he wears a suit. Half of it is like white and half of it is like a dark color. And then you have a coin, and it would say, you know, heads or tails, obviously. And if it landed on the wrong side, he usually ended you. So Two Face is a fun character, and he's an awesome bad guy in the Batman universe. But back to Daredevil, like, imagine we should be getting that in the summertime, I would think. So I'm really excited for that for sure. Definitely want to see some Daredevil season 2. And now, like, another show on my to do list is Breacher. Um, Guy that plays him is Alan. I can't pronounce his last name. He's a big dude. Like, basically, you could say, "Hey, you're gonna be Batman," and he would fit the part. Excuse me. He, yeah, he's like ex-military. He's in a small town in Georgia, and he undermines all like the bad guys down there. You know, if it's a cartel or not, but he makes things very difficult for them, and they keep sending guys to go after him. And he keeps taking them out. Basically, an army of one. So, yeah, there's a lot of shows on my to-do list. You know, there's certain shows I absolutely watch with the missus, but there's shows that if she don't care about, then yeah, I watch on my own. Like, she wouldn't care about like Spartacus or anything to do with that because that's really graphic and not something for kids. I'll put it to you that way. Keep the kids away from watching anything to do with Spartacus. Too adult rated for kids. So yeah, and then I'll be excited for the Rings of Power season 3. But that, gosh, that's either going to be late this year or early next year. I hope it's this year because I really want to see the the story of Sauron taking the 9 rings to men that will ultimately become the Nazgul, his ring wraiths, to see the greed take hold of them first, and then their descent into madness, into becoming like half alive, half unalive, like zombie creatures. I guess is the best way to describe it. Like half in the light, half in the dark. You know what they are. And just to see that the slow burn with that. So I'm very much looking forward to that. because that show's been knocked by a lot of people, but it's also been praised by a lot of people. And shows are, we all have our what we like and what we don't like. So just because I might not like a show doesn't make it bad. You know, we all have our opinions. Everyone likes different things. Sometimes we like the same exact thing. Sometimes we don't. If you're entertained at the end of the day, that's all that matters. We don't have to like the same shows or the same movies. And definitely not the same sports teams or the same wrestlers. Like, I like all the bad guys right now. They're my favorites. There's not a lot of good guys I like at the moment. That can change. But, you know, if the bad guys I like are cool. So that's the way I'm going. You know? But like my favorite good guy wrestler, he's out of, between AEW and WWE, he's out right now. Hopefully he'll be ready to go by the summertime. And that's Will Ospreay. He's my favorite. He's like AJ Styles 2.0. Um, Batman's just another cop. Well, so check this out. If if you just say he's a cop, right? That's the coolest cop ever. You know, I Batman would be the coolest cop ever. Jericho, wow, I haven't heard that in a minute. Be be easy. Why gotta be easy? Why gotta be easy for? I will say this unapologetically. Superhero wise, Batman is my favorite. I do not regret saying that. Batman is my favorite superhero. You know, and we all like who we like for different reasons. Okay. Ah, dang God. I'll have a pen in reach because I would definitely do something you would appreciate in reference to Jericho. But I don't have a pen. So you figure out, what I was going to do. But since I don't have the pen, I can't do it. That's part of the stick. I have to have the pen to do the little Jerichoism. But yeah, Batman's one of my. You got it. Yeah, you already knew. Good on you, brother. You already knew what I was going to do. I'll do it just for humor because, like I said, I don't have a pen in reach. I don't want to leave the camera to get a pen. So we'll just play like I have a pen. Oh, actually, I do have a pen. So now I can do this. You know what happens when you underestimate Batman? Do you know what happens? You just make a list! And there you have it. And there you have it. The list. Thank you. I've gotten a lot of compliments. Oh my gosh, there's my buddy, man. I've been asking about you. What's up, Power Car? Good to see you on here, brother. Keep asking Party Monster. I'm like, I don't know if he's checked out my channel or anything. I don't know. I don't have the information. So welcome over here, brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, but like I said, I'm unapologetic. Batman is my favorite superhero. I've seen Batman do so many cool things. And the fact that he can beat your tail till there's almost nothing left in you, but he doesn't take your life. The restraint you have, the discipline you have to do that. Not easy, you know. Uh, a great fight I've seen, and I'd love to see it in live action, is him, Batman versus Captain America. I appreciate you, broski. Thank you. Really do. Means a lot. Thank you so much. But Captain America and Batman, like, so everyone knows about Captain America. Um, I have watched people discuss comics, and then I've seen this real good channel called Danko, and what he does on his channel is he breaks down like fights. Like he's done Captain America versus Batman, and he'll explain their strengths and their weaknesses for both first, and then break down the scenarios of the fight, and then all the categories, and then who would win. So he had Batman beating Captain America in a very close fight, because what he made reference to, and this is gonna, you know, someone's gonna put their nose up at, is Batman is almost as strong as Captain America. You know, some people are gonna be like, yeah, right. I call BS. The whole thing is, okay, and I will explain, okay, because I don't want to talk some stuff and then not back it up with some type of information. So, Batman is the perfect human. Okay, and I'll explain this. No super serum. Okay, he is a perfect peak man. He can bench like 1,000 pounds. You know, put his hands through walls. Do very much Captain America esque stuff, and not quite. It can't quite lift as much as Cap can. Okay, so Cap has the edge in strength, and in speed wise, Batman's not far behind Cap. Cap's a little ahead. But where Cap loses, okay, is Cap can fight. Okay, no one is saying he can't. But Batman knows every form of martial arts. Last time I checked, someone knows that they're one bad hombre. Right or wrong? Tell me. He can go. And if you give him time to prep for you, you're going to lose. Batman is going to beat you. Because for all of his physical attributes, is his deadliest weapon. His mind. Not many can outsmart him. I have not. Can you tell me about that? I haven't heard that before. Um, is it DC or MCU character? Because I never heard that one before. I mean, from what it sounds like, it's probably someone pretty cool. If you are waiting for them to do a movie on it. Oh, okay. Hmm. Yeah. So I mean, the fact that he's a cyborg, he's gonna be tough. he he's definitely gonna be tough, like 100%. If he's um a cyborg, cyborgs are pretty awesome. So it depends on their actions. Do they have their own free will or is that a program that plays into it? I mean, I don't. If they're programmed, that's kind of boring. I feel if they can decide what they do and who they go after for their own reasons, I think it's better, in my opinion. But have you guys seen the Green Lantern um, teaser trailer? Yep, let's hear it. Hear it. I'm ready. Don't say Chris Jericho. Don't keep me in suspense. Who is it? Hey, look. I'm mad at it. I'm a huge He-Man fan. Okay, that's cool with me. I have respect for that. I'm sure you cannot wait for that movie because I'll tell you what, when that movie comes out, I'm there. I'm there. I'm not waiting for nothing. When that movie comes out, I'm there. Okay, I'll be running people over saying I have the power. Let me let me get a replica of that sword. That would be awesome. I'd love to have a replica of the He-Man sword. That'd be so awesome. And I would imagine you heard they're gonna have Battle Cat versus Beastman, a fight between them, sign me up. Battle Cat and Beastman. Fur's gonna fly. No pun intended. Um, my opinion is for what they had to work with, I thought it was decent. Like the the music was decent. Dolph Lundgren looked the part, but the problem was he did not speak the best English yet. So his lines were kind of like real like plain. Um, because like a few years later, he was good. He was real comfortable speaking English a few years later, and you know had no issues. But at that time, he he was still learning English, so they couldn't give him as good dialogue as I would have liked. But to me, and you can tell me what you think, I thought Frank Langella's Skeletor was really good. I think he was awesome. He, I know, I could not nitpick nothing bad about his performance as Skeletor. He looked great as Skeletor. Now, uh, he was wearing like kind of like a big suit, so we don't know if he was built because Skeletor is very muscular, but there was no way to know with that suit if Franklin Jella's version of Skeletor was muscular or not. We knew He-Man was without a doubt, but Skeletor, no idea. Now, of course, in the the new one, he is. Hey, I appreciate you. Um, I hope you have a blessed night, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the future. So you take care, get some rest, because I tell you I'm getting tired. So I'm in a little bit. It'll be time for me to wrap up too. I'm old. I can't hang like I used to. Be able to stay up super late. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Masters of the Universe for sure. So I don't know if you're still on here, Power Car, but I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad you finally found me. I'm surprised Party Monster didn't give you the info directly so you'd be able to find me sooner. But I've only been doing this for this is day 18, so not too long yet. But that's all I got for tonight. So I want to thank all of you that took time to hop on in and talk to me. I hope you all have a blessed night. Be safe. And I'll see you in the next video, um, in the very near future because constantly doing content, you know, because I just want to grow this channel and make everyone happy and entertain everyone. So I appreciate you. You all be safe, be blessed, and like I said, be back on here, putting content on here tomorrow. All right, take care, everyone. Good night. Bye bye.